After we finished our lunch, I had Charles on the line. "Peter, how are you doing in New York?" "Important, very important. My internal intelligence service intercepted a dispatch from the Russians to the French government stating that they are going to rescue a French expedition in northern Tibet. It's about a large beryllium mine that the expedition discovered on the border with China." "Beryllium, does that mean anything to you, Peter?" "Beryllium, a very rare metal, more expensive than platinum or gold. First produced and used on a large scale in 1899, non-magnetizable, with a unique isotopic structure, high elasticity, enormous heat resistance, highly toxic in its pure form, a potentially promising alloy component for certain technical applications, e.g., for non-magnetic steel, that's all I know." "Certainly a material of the future, Charles." "Well, yes, a material of the future, very, very rare. Currently, around 500 kilos of this extraordinary substance are mined worldwide each year. And that is precisely why we need the rights to this mine. Whoever is the first to reach the French people and their expedition trapped and lost in the ice of the Himalayas will have the rights to the mine along with them." The leader of the expedition, made up of in-house geologists from a French corporation, Henri Sachet, is a former attaché and secret agent of the French government in Persia and is suspected of espionage and treason. A death sentence awaits him in Paris, but before that, he will have to answer questions from the French Parliamentary Investigative Committee that would cost several members of the government their jobs. Therefore, the French government will not help him under any circumstances, even if the rights to this mine are truly valuable. The French already own several smaller beryllium mines of their own in Indochina. However, in terms of size, they are in no way comparable to the current enormous discovery in Tibet near the northern Indian border, which is still virtually secret. "What do we do, Charles?" I asked him briefly. "One of us has to go there, right now. In the middle of winter and fully armed. Similar to the Red Sea. It will be difficult, it will be very dangerous, because the Russians sent their own expedition there yesterday, and it's already on its way. Tibet is currently occupied by Great Britain but still a Chinese protectorate on the border with the British-controlled Indian Empire. Great Britain has little interest in Tibet. It officially still belongs to China. But as soon as we reach the mine first, we will protect the rights we demand as Anglo-British Forster Industries by all means, including against the Chinese, the Russians, and other nations. The American and British foreign ministers have just confirmed and promised me this much. Mary is pregnant. I can't abandon her here now, otherwise I would go there myself. Will you do it, Peter? The next Zeppelin to Paris leaves tomorrow and is waiting for you at New York's Eastwick Airport. I've booked it all for you and your team. Then you take the train to Marseille and from there the Flying Horse, the fastest steamer of the company's own Ascus line, via Cairo. Then you fly to Jeddah and then on to Calcutta. Then you continue by plane from Forster, India to Northern India. I've already booked everything for you and 4 companions. Of your choice. Take your best people from the New York team and anyone else you consider suitable for such an expedition. If all goes well, you'll be at the edge of the Himalayas in 2 weeks at the latest. In Goa Ze Chem in northern India, 50 elite British mercenaries and paratroopers, along with 30 of Forster Industries India's own people, security personnel, engineers, and geologists, will be waiting for you. There will also be approximately 100 Sherpas who will guide you up there. I've already arranged everything and have sent the most modern equipment currently available by cable. You wanted to go on a little skiing holiday with your wife and learn to ski. Then not the Rockies, but on the roof of the world. Just kidding, Peter. I know this is going to be really dangerous. Once you reach the mine, defend it with all your might and go into business with Monsieur Henri Sachet and his men there, secure the mine, and bring rock samples and him back to New York. Make their hopeless situation clear to them. The Russians will execute him and his team mercilessly, as they also have an old score to settle with. Sachet. They've sent their best mountain troops and their geologists there. If we're lucky, they'll arrive after us. And then make a deal with them regarding the mine rights. Even if you have to let them starve and freeze a little longer. They've been snowed in there for 3 weeks and are already in a desperate situation, as radio messages show. They won't last much longer, and radio bearings are the only clue to their approximate whereabouts, as they haven't yet revealed their exact coordinates. If we're lucky, they'll still be alive, and we'll reach them before the Russians. I'll immediately send you a small army of official British Indian mountain troops to reinforce them. Understood. Okay, I'll arrange everything now and leave from Eastwick tomorrow morning. Charles, you can count on me. My wife looked over at me questioningly. She had been listening closely to the phone call. Yet again, it's almost Christmas, my love? Well, Charles thinks we really need this. Mine. And maybe he's right. By the way, I'll ask my good old friend Gunther if he'll come along and help me. He's currently busy with his company on the oil rigs in Venezuela on the Gulf of Mexico and is back home in Germany visiting his family in Dusseldorf. And a well-paid adventure would certainly suit him just fine. Perhaps my exiled Kazakh friend Ivan in Duisburg will have time. I would then pick up Gunther and him on the way to northern India. Ivan could possibly take over the negotiations in Russian if we should encounter the Russian expedition, or worse. Perhaps Ivan knows something about the Soviets' intentions through his good personal relationships with Kremlin officials in Moscow and in the governments of the Soviet republics in Alma-Ata and Kishinev. Both are engineers like myself, battle-hardened, good mountaineers and adventurers, and have already had many adventures. Both are engineers like me, battle-hardened, skilled mountaineers and adventurers, have had many adventures in foreign lands, and when it comes down to it, I can truly rely on them. I'll call both of them right now. Otherwise, I'll take Sam and Dick from New York with me, our best lawyers, for the contract negotiations to secure the rights to the mine. Even as I concentrated on relaying the numbers of Gunther and Iwan's offices to the tinny voice of the telephone operator, I saw the angry gleam in my wife's eyes as she stood opposite me with her arms on her hips. I'm coming too. You definitely won't, my darling. You stay here and hold the fort, I'll take care of it. It's very dangerous there and bitterly cold. I'll be back with you by the end of January at the latest, my queen. Then you won't go, I'll sort it out with Mary now. My wife dialed Mary's home number while saying this to me, angry, furious, and agitated. She was even more beautiful when she was angry.